This brand is currently killing it right now, and they're doing it in a way that nobody really seems to be noticing. It's so silent, but deadly. I'm not talking about farting. Hey, what's going on, guys? My name's Chris. Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel. Today, we actually got 5 shoes here, all from the same brand, some of which have released, like they're old, some of which just released and nobody really knows about because they're not advertising it, which is astonishing, honestly. And then some of these things have yet to come, and I just think that they're exciting. So we're gonna go through as much of this as possible. Which brand is currently killing it though? The brand with 3 stripes, although you can't see them here because they're on the back. So first off, we've got the Harden Volume 8. This is a brand new colorway that I believe is slated for early July. And personally, I just think this is the best colorway of the shoe so far, even though there have been some very cool ones already. But this one I just really like. I think it's simple, I think it's clean. A lot of you guys that have been watching the channel for a long time already know that I love these playoff-esque style colorways where they're just simple black, white with a splash of red. That's the one thing that these guys are missing. I do wish there was some red on here. I understand that he's not a Chicago Bull, he's not Michael Jordan, but in my mind, that's what I see when I see colorways like this. So that's what I would love. I would love if the Harden H back there, I know it's so tiny, but I would love it if that was red. But either way, the Harden Volume 8 is one of the best shoes of the year, at least in my opinion. The traction's fantastic. This particular one looks really cool, by the way. I just think that that looks awesome. The cushion, as most of you guys know, is full-length boost, and if you wanted detailed performance review information, check out our performance review here or over at the website WearTesters.com. However, one of the things that they did change with this particular colorway, and I bet that this is going to be a kind of like an ongoing change with the toe caps on these guys, at least on the ones that feature patent leather here. So one of my favorite features, even though it wasn't like a great performance feature or anything, it's just something that I liked on the shoe, is the toe cap. On the previous colorways, it was a really nice, soft, supple but thin cut piece of leather, or nubuck if you will, same thing, but you know. And I just thought that it added a really cool look and a really cool premium touch to the shoe. Now the downside to all that soft, supple beautifulness is that it's also soft and thin, so it's, you know, prone to wear and tear. A good friend of mine actually wore his pair one time and they ripped. So even though it's awesome, it might not be for everybody. That's where this guy right here is gonna change things up a little bit. This patent leather toe is not actual leather, it's actually a synthetic panel, so it's a little bit more durable, and hopefully it won't have that same like durability issue as the softer materials did, or the more premium materials. But yeah, these guys right here, I think are awesome. It's a great performer. I think it's a more refined version of the Volume 7, which I loved. Now I guess I'll just kill the elephant in the room real quick because there's a lot of controversy with this stuff. But the Yeezy thing has been interesting to watch. It kind of shows or proves how susceptible the mass majority is to simple things like marketing. So this guy right here, a lot of people are like, oh, you know, Yeezys are dead. That's what I keep hearing. And therefore, Adidas is dead. I also keep hearing that too. Do I believe any of that? No. You have to look at statistics. You have to look at their numbers. Their sales are not that bad. All I know is that all of a sudden, all this product is sitting available on their apps. It's in their outlets. And so I decided to grab a pair. This is the Salt colorway. A lot of people like attribute this to like, oh yeah, Kanye designed these. He did not. Steven Smith actually designed these things, and he used to work for all kinds of brands. He's designed stuff like the New Balance 550. He designed shoes over at Nike. He even designed a ton of classics over at Reebok. He's currently being dubbed as the daddy of dad shoes.
I don't think you said daddy right.
Why?
It's like daddy. Not the daddy.
You want to do that again? Like an ISO your voice out? Go for it.
It's like daddy.
Oh, you just made everybody's dreams come true. But anyways, I've been telling our viewers for a long time that Kanye didn't actually design none of this shit. He just put his logo on it, his name, because, you know, endorsements, you know, like Michael Jordan didn't design any of his shoes. Maybe he had some input, but he didn't design them. It's just like that. And I really like the design, despite that toe down view is atrocious.
I concur.
Everything on this is very nice, by the way. If you wanted a detailed tech breakdown of the shoe, we've also reviewed these on the channel a number of times before too. Okay, next up is a shoe that has not released yet either, but they have been unveiled. I don't know if they've been technically unveiled or if they were leaked, or maybe it's one and the same, not sure. But this was a shoe that I actually laughed at when I pulled them out of the box. I was like, wow, they went there? They sure did. This though is inspired by the Kobe line, which is very cool. This is a full-on EVA shoe, so just like the Yeezy, I can't remember what they're called. Are they just the foam runners? Is that what it was? I think it is. I do think that this looks better than the foam runners. Not by much, But yeah, these guys right here are, again, paying tribute to its past. So the Kobe line that we all grew up with back in the late 90s and early 2000s. This is specifically paying tribute to the early 2000s versions, the ones that were named the Kobe. So he had 2 series actually with Adidas. So when he was first signed on, he wore the EQT stuff, which was not technically a signature line. He was just an endorsee or an athlete wearing their products. And then he got a signature line, which was the KB series. So that's the KB1s, the 2s, and the 3s. And then when he started winning championships, he was wearing the Kobe, the one that looked like the Audi. And this guy right here is kind of a blend between all 3 of the Kobe models. So very weird, very cool. We've got some Kobe slides or mules, whatever you want to call these. I will say that I do like these. Yeah. They're like deep in the footbed, like they cup you. They're not like a slide, you know what I mean? And I'm not sure if they're gonna be available in half sizes, but I would recommend going down a half size if you were interested in these, unless you like having room in your shoes. If that's the case, then you'll have about an inch in this one, like if you go true to size. Now, speaking of the Kobe series and the KB series, these are back and nobody knows because Adidas didn't promote them.
Squidward.
So these bad boys right here are the KB8 2s. At least that's what they used to be called. Now they're called the Crazy 98s. And they did promote the black and purple colorway, which was an original colorway, but they have not promoted this one for some reason. This was just sitting on their app. I saw these because of the whole Kanye Yeezy thing, where there was like all those restocks. But anyways, this colorway was my favorite. It's one of 3 original colorways. So obviously that black and purple that we already reviewed was one of the originals. And then there was the All-Star colorway, which I reviewed a very long time ago when they first retroed, and those were all purple. And then this guy right here was the one that I've always wanted. This is the one that I would see on shelves as a kid and just be like, man, those are sick. And all these years later, I finally have them. Last but not least, these are one of my favorite shoes right now, and they really have no business being them because it's so weird, and I don't know, like something about it is just awesome. But yeah, these guys right here are called the Crazy Infinities, much like the slides or the mules. These are called the Infinity Mule, by the way, so you can see where the inspiration comes from. It's almost a copy and paste, but one is made out of foam, or they're both made out of foam, but it's different kinds of foam. But this colorway right here reminds me of the original, the Kobe, which is my favorite one, what some people call the Stormtroopers. I think that's what they've named these too. The difference though is that these have a highlighted cream toe, and I think that it just, I don't know, man, something about these looks so cool to me. There's somebody that works at Adidas. He's actually a color artist or a color designer. His name is Trevor Duffels. He's got a really cool Instagram page that I highly recommend checking out because he takes stuff like this and he customizes the shit out of them. And if they didn't already look cool, which I think they do, he makes them look way cooler. He's even cut off the shroud, and I am very tempted to do that because they look awesome like that, even though I love the zipper thing. But if you checked out our original review on these guys, I was able to flip the top down a little bit, kind of like what you would do with, say, the Nike Zoom Flight 98, aka the gloves. And even though I didn't think that it looked as cool as the gloves do, it was still kind of cool. But if you didn't want that shroud, he shows you how to cut it off and everything, man. And again, I'm really tempted to do that because they looked super cool with the laces just exposed and, you know, looking like a regular sneaker. Sizing real quick on these guys, I would go up half a size. That's what I did this time. They're actually on sale right now. Like these guys are like about a 110 now.
Shut up and take my money.
But anyways, what is today's question of the day?
Brownies or cookies?
Cookies.
And do you want them like chewy or well done?
Slightly chewy on the inside, but like slightly crispy. Like Charles makes the best cookies.
Wow, I'll let
He
you
does.
know.
I told him, you make the best cookies. They're like flaky and buttery, gooey and chewy on the inside, but not too much. How about you?
Brownies. And I want a middle piece.
I like that corner one in
No, I want the middle
This is
piece.
the best of both. You got
I want it to be all the same the whole time.
Hey, that's cool. That's respectable. But sound off below and let us know what you think about all of this stuff. If you like this shirt, sound off below. Let me know. Stay tuned. We might be releasing it. And with that being said, we will catch you guys on the next one. So until then, y'all have a good one.